So you can able to see my screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. From 19C onwards, your entry won't be updated in the Varatab file. Okay. We have to update the entry manually from our end. Okay. So earlier version, so it updated the database information in the Varatab entry. But now we have to update from our end. Okay, before going to do that, first we have to check whether our database is up and running or not. Okay, I can clearly see MS prod 1. Okay, so I connected to the first node. Let me try to connect to the second node. We'll see. Here also, if you see, there is no entry. Okay, if you check ps-ef pmon, okay, here something like bs prod 2 is created. I'm not sure. Okay, let me kill this. That's why it was showing error yesterday. Okay, ms prod 2. Here you can see this is instance 2. MS prod 1. This is instance 1. Okay. So to connect to the database, so we have to put some entry. Okay. So first we should know the Oracle software information. Here we have Oracle software information. This is inventory.xml. This is our Oracle software location. Okay, let me put this information. The Oracle here ms prod 1 colon this one colon n. Okay, first node, the information is updated. Go to the second node, update the same. MS prod 2 we have to give here. Now connect to the database. Dot space var env ms prod 1 SQL plus /s sysdba. Okay, so till in core we use $. Okay, coming to the rack, so we are going to use $. Okay, in core we used $. Instance. From rack, okay, so we have to use $. Okay, you can clearly see this is the instance number 1 and this is the instance number 2. The status of both the instances are open. Okay, so what is this query is telling? Instance status. Okay, each instance is open. You can check. Select name from $. Database. It is showing the database name. It is showing MS prod is our database. This database has 2 instances, MS prod 1 and MS prod 2. Okay, So, so we don't shut down the rack instances, okay, like as our core, okay, connect to the SQL plus slash SSDBA shutdown. So like that way we don't do in rack. Okay, if we do also, that's not a problem, but as per the process, okay. So we stop and start the database instances with the commands is called srvctl. Okay, srvctl is the command line utility to stop the instances and databases or any service in rack. Okay, now I am stopping the database srvctl stop database -d database name. By default, it uses immediate option to shut down the instances. Okay, by default, immediate. Okay, it won't use normal shutdown. Okay, it will indirectly use shut immediate. Okay, I'm just stopping the database. Okay, if you stop the database ms prod, will all the instances will be stopped or only specific instance will be stopped? Can you guess? What is the meaning of stopping the database in rack? Stopping the database in rack means we have to stop all the instances related to a specific database. Okay, that is nothing but stopping the database. Okay, if you want to stop a specific instance, we can stop. Okay, we have to use the command srvctl stop instance. To stop a specific instance, we have to use srvctl stop instance. Okay, we'll see the status now. Now it is not running. Let me try to start one by one. Okay, I want to start only specific instance. Start instance -d database name -i is nothing but instance name. Here we have to give this. Now I am starting only instance 1 ms prod 1. Okay, if we check the status now, compare with the previous result. You clearly see the instance 1 is running. Okay, instance 2 is not running. It is clearly saying. Then now connect to the SQL plus slash SSDBA. Let's try to run this query. Okay, now it is showing only one instance, right? MS prod. Okay, that's what it is showing. Only one, because we started only one instance. Let me try to start the second instance. Okay, here you have to understand we are starting and stopping from only one node. Okay, but the instance is related to another node, right? MS prod 2 is related to another node, but we are controlling that from the first node. Okay, that is what the rack. Okay, we can control from anywhere. Suppose if you have 20 node rack setup, okay, you can stop all the 20 instances by using srvctl command. Okay, it will take care of stopping all the instances. Okay, so if you want to stop the database by using SQL plus slash SSTBA, then how much difficult it will be, how to connect to the each server SQL plus slash SSTBA, then shutdown, like 20 shutdowns you have to give. But if you give here Srvctl stop database -d ms prod, it will take care of stopping all the instances. Single command, we are controlling all the instances. Now, if you check status, now both the instances are up and running. Now run the query. This one. Okay, now both the instances are open. Okay, I showed stop database. How to start the database? Okay, let me try to stop and start again. This is the way to stop the database. So by default, it uses shut immediate option. Internally, we'll see whether it is using shut immediate or not. From rack to, so we open the alert log file. Okay, it is shutting down. You can open the alert log file. Alert log file looks like alert underscore instance name dot log. Okay, ms prod 2. So the first node, the alert log looks like alert underscore ms prod 1 dot log. Here you can see okay, shutting down Oracle instance with immediate option. It is clearly telling us. Okay, you have to understand. Indirectly, it uses shut immediate option. Okay, it won't use normal shutdown or shutdown about shutdown transactional, nothing. Okay, by default, if you don't specify anything here, so we have to understand it is using shut immediate. If you want to specify, like if you want to shut down the database with the about option, you can use -o about. Okay, if you want to use transactional, okay, you have to use transactional. Okay, so if you want to use normal also, we can use normal. Okay, most of the people don't give anything, they stop it as usual. Okay, you can give -o immediate also. If you want to give, you can give it. Okay, database is stopped. If you want to start the database, if you start by using this command, it will take care of starting up all the instances. Okay, this is the way to start the database and stop the database. Okay, so if you check the instance name, you can see, okay, individual instances we can start by using Srvctl start instances. Okay, so for all the instances we have to give the command Srvctl start database. It will take care of starting up all instances. Alert log file, Mansur. Okay, the same way which I showed right just now. Which is stopping and which is starting, you can clearly see in the alert log. Each instance has a separate alert log file. Clear, Mansur? Okay, coming to the next point. So you connected to the instance. Okay, you are not sure whether that instance is core related instance or rack related instance. Okay, you have to understand how to check whether the instance is core or rack. Okay, so show parameter instance something. Okay, show parameter cluster. Okay, this is the command will give the result. Okay, so the value of cluster database is equal to true. The value of cluster database is equals to true means it is a rack database. It has one or more instances. Okay, rack database, we can run it with one instance also, right? It is also possible. Okay, it contains one or more instances. Okay, but if the value is showing cluster database is equal to true, means it's a rack database. Okay, another way we can identify, select comp ID from a status from DBA registry. It will give us the result like, so there is a component additionally installed rack. Okay, so if it is non-rack database, it shows like invalid or it won't show this entry in the DBA registry. Okay, if it is showing rack and valid is nothing but it's a rack database. Okay, this is the way we can identify. And cat etc oracle ocr.loc. It is not showing properly. Let me open like this way. Here, if it is showing local only is equal to false. Okay, local only in this file. If you open this file, local only is equal to false means it's a rack database. Okay, or it's a cluster. Okay, it's a cluster node. If you want to identify this server is related to cluster node or not, okay, then so we can check by using this particular file. Okay, if you see inside this file, the local is equal to local underscore only is equal to false means it's a cluster node. If local is equal local underscore only is equal to true means it's a non-cluster. Okay, it's a normal standalone ASM. Okay, we can set up standalone ASM also. Okay, so if you want to build your database in the ASM concept, we can build like standalone ASM grid. Okay, so if you understand rack, you can understand standalone ASM grid. There is no much difference. Okay, while installing cluster, I will show so which option we have to pick to install standalone ASM grid. Okay, you have to understand the value of local underscore only is equal to false means it's a cluster. It's a cluster node. Okay, if the value local underscore only is equal to true means it's a standalone ASM grid. Okay, it's standalone server. It's like a core database. It's not a rack. Now we are going to enable Archivelog mode. How to enable Archivelog mode in rack? So we just need to stop the database. So to enable Archivelog mode, do we need to stop the database or not? The core.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Yes, sir.
We should stop the database. Okay. You just need to think about that. If I ask you some question, you have to answer it because this is related to core. Okay. So we have to compare with the core and proceed the steps in the rack. If you know how to enable Archivelog mode in core, very few changes in rack, 10% changes in rack to implement the Archivelog mode. So we cannot start up all the instances. Okay, we have to start only a single instance. Suppose if there is a 20 node cluster, 20 instances. Okay, to enable Archivelog mode, you have to stop all the instances, start only one instance, then enable Archivelog mode. Okay, if you start only one instance, is nothing but indirectly core. Okay, in the core, how we are following the same way, how to follow in rack, the steps are same, but the thing is you have to do it in only one instance. Okay, we cannot do it when the remaining instances are up and running. That database is nothing but database. Okay, if you have 20 nodes, 50 nodes, 20 instances, 15 instances, that's not a matter. Okay, for all the instances the database is same, right? Okay, we have to stop the database. Okay, where we are enabling? We are enabling Archivelog mode inside the database, not inside the instance. Okay, so that's why we have to stop the database. Means you have, if you stop the database indirectly, we are stopping all the instances. Srvctl stop database is done. We have to start only one instance. Srvctl start instance. We stop the BS product. We have to use MS product. Okay, stop is done. We have to start the instance. Srvctl start instance -d ms prod -i ms prod 1 -wo mount. Okay, if you want to go to mount state, we have to give this command. Oh, Srvctl start instance. Okay, instance 1 we have to give. Yeah. Now let's connect to the database. If we check archive log list, it is showing disabled. Select status from $v instance. It is mounted. If we check in $GV also, it will show the same. Okay, to enable Archivelog mode, okay, we don't enable Archivelog mode on the local file system. Okay, we have to enable Archivelog mode in the shared file system. So what is a shared file system here? Shared file system is nothing but ASM disk group. Okay, this is the new terminology you have to understand. There is something is called ASM disk group. It is shared across all the instances. Sharing is nothing but if you do something here, okay, that will be reflected in other place also. That is called shared. Okay, so we'll see what is the disk group available. So by using this query, we can check select name from vidar asm underscore disk group. It will show the disk group name. rack underscore DC. So by using this, we are going to enable the location of Archivelog. Okay, we have to set the parameters by using this command alter system set log underscore archive underscore test, the single quote. Here the disk group name we should give plus rack underscore DC. Okay. Another parameter we have to set log underscore archive underscore format is equals to arch underscore percentage r percentage t underscore percentage s dot arch. Okay, your Archivelog files. This is not modified. Okay. Let me try to give. Log underscore archive underscore format. I think it needs restart. ARCH. Let's give the same. At the end, we'll give ARC. Here, you have to give scope is equal to SP file. Okay, you have to restart like as our core. By using Srvctl also we can do. Okay, I stopped the database by using shut immediate. I am going to start with Srvctl only. Okay, how to habituate. People will ask in the interview how to start the database in rack, how to stop the database in rack. Okay, so there if you answer like shut immediate, startup means you did not learn rack properly. So that assumption will come. Okay, database is started. The mount set Archivelog list will check. It is pointing out to this destination. Alter database Archivelog. Alter database open. Archive log list. Okay, tomorrow I'll show how to start up the remaining instances. Complete here. Okay, till here you have to